Every year, ArtForce Iowa holds its annual No Justice exhibit. This year's theme is Credo, Latin for I believe. But it is something more than you just simply believe. It is something that happens in your daily lives, something that you do every day. This year, we'll be going through all of our ArtForce Iowa members' creed and how they act upon it and how they live by it. My name is Keezeng Lee, and I am a Rise AmeriCorps member serving with ArtForce. So my creed is being open-minded, and I will reset my systematic ideology. And so what that means to me is trying to learn something new, trying to, lose my old ideology, trying to lose some of my old things that I used to believe, just trying to be, open-minded. The way I came up with this creed was I had to think about my number one value, which is adventure. And I went from thinking adventure about what I like to do and what I'm thinking about, a lot about the future. So I had to think about why do I care about being in the future. That made me think about being open-minded. The reason why being open-minded is really good is because you're thinking about all the different possibilities and you're trying to learn a lot. And that's how I kind of just came to learn about my creed. So my creed aligns with adventure. And the reason how I came up with this is because when you're on an adventure, you kind of just have to be open-minded because you're trying to learn about different cultures, different things, and just, getting to know people. So that's how I kind of value it and see it. The one thing that I learned about my creed and how I probably came to it was probably just living in another country. So my life experience that I will probably think back on is just living in London. You're living in a whole new country, learning all the different cultures, the different people. And I kind of just went to London with an open mind because I didn't really do much studying on the history of there or not. But once I went there, I kind of learned a lot about the culture and kind of just how life moves on there and how different it is compared to the US. And so that's how I learned that, just being open-minded is really good since, I didn't come with oh, I'm an American, I'm gonna do things my way. But, I kind of left learning a little bit more about how British culture is and just everything, how it goes. If I had to create an art form for my creed, I would probably use graphite powder, something just visual, something a little graphite, and then something you can draw on just because that's something what I like to do. So I love drawing and just working with graphite at the moment. So that's how I would describe my creed because you can just form whatever you want with it, kind of just like being open-minded. So the way I see my creed being represented in my artwork is just I'm trying a lot of different things just because I'm a new artist and I'm still learning more about myself. So I'm trying different techniques, trying different colors, trying different papers. So a lot of it is just, in my opinion, very experimental, but it's just really fun to try all these different kind of forms. So this is a zine. It's almost just like a little booklet that we made. And the purpose we made these was to help how to honor our values. And from the values, we kind of learned how to form our creed with it. My number one value was adventure. When I think of adventure, I think the one thing that helped me and stood out for me when I was younger was I love reading the great epic poems or the epic stories. So this one was kind of just based off of the Odyssey, where he's just traveling throughout the whole world, and I kind of just drew a little kraken, and so I thought that was just really neat. So I kind of just tossed it on here on my title page to show, this is adventure. And so zines were kind of just showing how you live and honor your value. And so for this one, I kind of just made it very personal. I drew a little campsite. When I was younger, I used to go a lot of camping, almost every summer and whenever we can. But nowadays that we don't do it as much, I kind of really miss it a lot. And since, COVID happened and everything, it's just something that's just been lacking, which is kind of sad, but I really do just want to go back and camp. So for this next page, I wrote out a word that helps honor my value. So it was just be curious, which is the kind of saying that I really enjoyed. And I kind of just drew it out in space with the rocket flying, just because when you think of being an adventure, this is kind of one of the biggest adventure that humanity has had, which is just flying off into space, and that's just something I really thought was cool. And so for this page, I kind of just wanted to show a little bit of my artist side. So I kind of just drew a whole bunch of colors together with different shading. They're all kind of popping in, popping out. And then this other side, I really enjoyed just technology in general. That's just kind of who I am. So I kind of just drew my own version of a circuit board with the lines just coming in and out. So it's just kind of the two worlds coming together, which is technology and then just art. Process I will explain is, first of all, what is your value? So try to figure out what that is. And then the next thing is, why'd you pick that value? So you kind of just have to think about the whys, trying to figure out the small parts of why you enjoy your value. Thanks for watching, and if you want to learn more about our other members' creed, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys at No Justice in May.